Hey, thanks for coming back. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about the StreamLight, the Siege lantern. Now, this lantern uses 3D size batteries, and yes, you can actually hang it, and there's 3 different ways you can hang this lantern. The first one is from the built-in handle. As you can see, it has this little bit of a hook right here, and that's so maybe you can hang it on a rope, a door, whatever. And on the top it has a D-hook, and oops, the D-hook has a little bit of a clip. And the good thing about this D-hook is not only does it go that way, but it closes the other way too. So that's a nice little thing to have in there. And on the bottom, they have the same type of D-hook in there with a nice little clip. And this does the same thing. You can either close it to the left or to the right. So that is really nice. It is made out of a nice polycarbonate type plastic. Doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels actually very well made. And this black part here, including the handle, this little ring here, mainly over the main body here, and the bottom of the battery tray, it's all rubber. So it does offer some shock protection. And on the front, of course, is the on and off switch. And let me just untwist it, open up the battery compartment for you. As you can see, I got the good old-fashioned Duracells in there. Now, what I'd like to point out about the lid, it's just not your basic screw-on lid. Right here in the center, if you notice, this post here is kind of like a teardrop design. While on the bottom of the thing, you can see this, a hole with the same type of teardrop design. Basically, all you have to do now, line that up, it drops into place, and it twists on, no problem. Easy and quick. If you notice, there's this little black line right here. That is a rubber O-ring. Because this lantern is IPX7 waterproof up to 1 meter or 3 feet submersion. Might be like 3.2 feet, but let's just say 3 feet. So basically you can dunk this in water up to 3 feet or 1 meter, and it's going to be waterproofed, okay? Now this lantern does have another trick up its sleeve. This part comes off, the diffuser. And if you notice as well, the diffuser has this black line. But guess what? That's another rubber O-ring to help with the waterproof. And for all you LED junkies out there, there's your LEDs right there. And if you notice, there's this little dome. That's once again for the waterproofing. So StreamLight did a really nice number on this to keep it waterproofed. Now this has a total of 5 light modes. High, medium, low, red, and SOS. And yes, the SOS is in red. On high, this puts out 540 lumens in a 360-degree area. So it's great for that. On the medium, it's 275 lumens. On low, it's 55 lumens. On the red, it's 10 lumens. And for SOS, it's 10 lumens. Now, I'm not going to give you the run times for the batteries right now. When I show you this in action, what I'll do is, sometimes what I normally do is I'll show it on high, I'll give the lumens again, and then I'll give the run time for each mode. Now, before I do show you this thing in action, I'd like to say something real quick about the run times. Yes, they use regular alkaline batteries or D-size batteries. Now the run times may vary depending upon the type of battery you use and shelf life of the battery. What do I mean by that? Okay, as you've seen, I am using Duracell batteries in here. Well, if you use cheap dollar store batteries, you may not get the maximum runtime. Okay, if you're using batteries that are a year old that were just sitting in your drawer waiting for an emergency to happen, once again, that runtime may not be accurate. I tested this with brand new store-bought batteries, and I got about the same time that they claim for the run times on these things. So just bear that in mind. The type of battery used, meaning brand, whether it be Duracell, Energizer, some store-bought brand, or a Dollar Tree brand, and shelf life. How long have these batteries been sitting around? Did you use them previously or not? All that is a variance. You have to take that into account when using this lantern, or any lantern that's battery operated. Okay, so just please keep that in mind. Now, on the on and off switch, that's the high. You press it again, shuts off. Press and hold a little for about a second, and it goes to medium. Press and hold again, and it goes to medium. Now, to get it to the red, press and hold, and there you go. Now, I know it's not going to really show up red right now, but it will. And pretty much that's it. Also, if you notice, the light is green right now. That's the battery indicator light. Now, the battery indicator light is nice because it's green when the batteries are good. Yellow when they're kind of, maybe about halfway through. It's not an accurate thing, but it means they're starting to get weaker. That light will be red in the button when, we're really getting low here. And then it's going to start flashing red when, hey, you might want to get your other set of batteries ready and replace them. So I kind of like that little function. And yes, that light will stay on as long as you are running this lantern. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it about the lantern. Do I like it? Yeah, I do. I like it because it does use regular old D-cell batteries. Not everybody likes getting into the 18650s and all those other types of lithium-ion batteries or rechargeable ones that are built in and you can't replace. A lot of people don't like those or never even heard of them. So that's why I like having D-cell batteries. Not to mention, you can find D-cell batteries anywhere. Like I said, you can go to the gas station, the dollar store, a supermarket, the local corner store, big box store. They will have D-size batteries. You can find them just about anywhere, and they're a lot cheaper than the lithium-ion replaceable batteries that are in some of the flashlights and stuff that I have reviewed here before. So they're really easily accessible. The lantern is great for kids, maybe a nightlight, going out hiking, going out camping. Great for that, and especially power outages. This thing is wonderful for. And I can't stress that enough. Here in Michigan, during the wintertime, there is not as many as, like, say, during the summer and during the big rainstorms and stuff, but there is some power outages around in Michigan during the wintertime. A lot of it does depend upon heavy snowfall, if we get it, or sleet. Icing up, and too much ice builds up on power lines and it knocks them down. So that can happen here too. So I cannot stress enough having at least one good lantern in your home, no matter where you live. And since this is so easy to get batteries for, real easy operation, I would highly recommend this. All right, enough of me talking, because I know I'm boring you to death already. Let me wait till it gets dark. I'm going to shut off all the lights, show you how bright this is.